You are now tuning in to another episode of Iesha Speaks Real.
You just did that, Iesha. You just gave us like a little
1, 2.
You was on like hands, the little
Little 1, 2, yeah.
But
Yes.
I was texting you, I was like, I need to text Iesha because like you do a lot. And you know like, oh, this dude is from this girl. Like
you know, it's easy to go to get fast acting and producing. For a woman, it's hard.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially being a black woman.
But if you put labels on it, that's gonna make it always be when you walk in.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, and let me not say that. I'm not putting a label on myself, but I'm just saying, like, you know how people say, like, get a job somewhere. Instead of trying to be a manager, start small. You know what I'm saying? Work your way up. That's what I'm saying. But I'm always try to do both.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to do both. But for one, as an experience, and I'm not in school too. So it's like, that's why I say acting is easy. I can do that. Hey, I can act. You can give me a script, but I can act this. You know what I'm saying?
Look.
You got shy, you tell your friends. Okay.
You get to the thing. Stop it! Okay, hold on. Okay, we acting.
I'm not a myself right now.
Okay, I'm a friend. I'm a crazy friend while I'm understanding.
Damn. Just do it up.
What's wrong? You know I'm on the line. You know how you gonna come in the house? Sit
No,
down.
because she did it so fucking good, and I saw the pieces about it.
That's no, but it's good. I'm sorry. I'm just so
The shaking, the face, like, oh my God.
okay, damn, like, it's harder than what I thought. You in it.
Okay, try to get
Last time.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Iesha Speaks Real. I'm your host, Iesha, and it is a blessing and an honor to be here again with you all. Now, before I get started, I do want to go ahead and apologize, y'all, to my audience, to my fans, about the delays of the podcast starting off. I was going through a lot, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna have to leave my place of living and all that because it was a misunderstanding with me and my property manager or whatever. But you know, by the grace of God, all this stuff got worked out. And so during that time period, I had to kind of focus and, you know, find some time to get myself together. And I do want to announce on this podcast is that I will only be doing 2 podcasts per month, same day, same time. But I'm doing this because if you all don't know, now you will know, I also have a nonprofit called Speak. And so I've been able, and I've been blessed enough to come up with a new logo, have all these different ideas, and also be graded with people who want to participate in my policy organization. And with that, you know, I need time to be able to focus on it too. So, you know, I made a sacrifice to cut back. But I think it's a good sacrifice, y'all. I think it's going to allow me room to grow, to continue to, you know, meet people, to travel, to work on content, you know, to continue to give you all something to feed off of when it comes to the podcast. So, without further ado, okay, I want to go ahead and introduce our guest today. You all, we have a fashionista here today, and I know I say that word a lot, but he truly is someone who has a deep passion for fashion. As you can see now, he is dressed to impress. Y'all, I'm just using all
Girl, bye.
Hey,
It's so funny.
don't play with me, okay?
Hey.
Yeah, don't play
Hey,
with
y'all.
me.
I'm Keston.
Okay, well, let him introduce himself.
No, you can introduce me because I love it.
He
I ain't to
introduced
my
himself,
own arm, but I do like fashion, but what they be saying in church, first giving honor to God for real, because it wouldn't be possible without him, because he brought me and Iesha back together on good terms. He wasn't even on bad vibes, he just brought us back on good times.
Yeah.
But I'm excited I say excited, but I'm excited for what we want to talk about today. And I'm ready.
Me too. And so first what I do want to get in is how have you been? What's been going on with you? You know, it's been a minute since Keisha has been on the podcast, y'all. If y'all remember, if you have been, you know, following us for a minute, Keisha and friends were on the podcast last season, and y'all, we had a ball. We had a ball.
Real bad, dog.
We had a ball on the podcast, and so I feel like today is just so It's so peaceful. It's like the same energy, but it's on mature energy.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah,
It's more
like,
I guess God done had it, bro.
you know what I'm saying? But I'm really happy he's back. And you know, like he said, we've both been going through a lot of things in our lives, you know, good and bad, ups and downs. But I do want to just say on this platform, Keston, that I am so proud of the person that you've shaped yourself into. Even with your poetry, your music, you know, you have been growing phenomenally. And I think that is something that, you know, like we always talk about pushing ourselves. That's something that you have been determined to do, you know, to push yourself and growing in those aspects of your career. So I just want to say congratulations to you for doing it for yourself. Put yourself first, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, what's been going on with you, Keston? So let's just get into that. What has been going on with you? Tell us a little bit, you know, a good short summary about life. And then I have a question that I want to ask you afterwards.
Okay, so, I would say, like, life for me right now is, I'm trying to find a good word because I'm trying to stop talking, like, not just basic, but you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to talk more educated.
Yeah.
Life for me is like...
I'll be educated.
Right. Cause teach a little new words. It's just like I just thought important. So I would say life for me is important. Like in the past, I didn't care. I didn't care if I was coming, if I was going, if I was living, if I was breathing, if I was, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't care. Yeah. And like, I did stop going to church or whatever like that. Like I said, that was never me. Like I stopped caring about everything, about a job, about my life, about church, about my music, about my poetry, about everything. And it's like I went to church one Sunday, and it's like it's something about going to church and sitting at the bed. Ain't nobody like you talking, but like you didn't come in, hey, and you dressed all up and you look good and you act like everything together. I came in there looking sad, looking like my face was just done because I was done. Yeah. But needless to say, I'm put this out because it's good. But I went to church, sat at the back or whatever, and I went to the altar because I go to the altar and I just feel like I don't need somebody laying hands on me. I need to just be like, okay, God, I'm right here. Like at this point, I'm right here. Yeah. I'm just like, what we finna do? Yeah. So, and I say I am gay, but it's like ever since that moment, something just snatched. Like I don't know, all the anger I had towards friends and family and hurt and like abuse and all that stuff, it just snatched out of me. And it's like God was saying, yeah, I took that out of you, but you got to put some stuff in you. I had to stop listening to certain songs like, oh, I love 60 Red. Like, I'm getting off topic, but 60 Red, like, I want to be like, didn't care, want to turn up. I want to be like, oh, I'm a good time. Like, now I promise you, I cannot play nothing but the music I write. When I tell you the song, I'm like, it's not giving. Like, when I hear a song, I gotta be like,
Gotta have a little ability.
Right, and it's like I only can play like songs that I don't wrote or like gospel. But me, I've been living, I've been happy, I've been abstinent, I've been trying to stop smoking, I've been writing, I've been reading, I've been everything. But I would say life for me is important.
This is now, I know the topic that I'm about to go into revolves around friends. You talked a little bit about family. You also talked a little bit about you just being angry at the world. And I want to first ask you, like, why do you think you were at a space in your time period when you were angry? Because I ain't gonna lie, I know, you know, before you answer this question, I know, like, even before we kind of, like, you know, stopped talking for a while, I feel like we both were angry because I do remember around that time you were talking about, like, you was about to quit the job or whatever, you was kind of tired of it, you were trying to find something else, and it was like things just were not coming together for you. And like I know even in my own life, you know, I was going through a lot. My boyfriend still in jail. You know, my ex-boyfriend he was still in jail. And we were just hard situations. It was just so much going on in life. And I think that
we didn't know how to not be so positive. So
or just
we did not know how to
or even just like communicate, just be like, you know what, I feel like I need you right now. You know what I'm saying? We were so angry at what was going on we were angry at each other.
Right. Or I need you right now, but it only can be at the poetry slam or the restaurant or the bar or the party. It can't be no setting where we just sit here, we can start crying, we can just look at
about our frustrations of life, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I want to ask you, like, why do you feel like you were just so angry? Like, was it just everything that was going on, or was it just more so like, you know, it was a little bit about what was going on in my life, but it was kind of some things that was personal, because you also stated that when you transitioned your life around after going to church, you was like, I couldn't listen to a lot of things I would listen to because you had to be in some type of inspirational environment, whether it was your music or gospel, you know, or just inspirational music. And I feel like, in my opinion, I just wanted to say this before you answer that question, is that I really do feel like God was trying to put you, you know, like we was just talking before, in a space where you're focusing on Keston. Because you were focused on so many other things.
Okay, minister.
You know what I'm saying? That didn't revolve around what God wanted you to be focused on. And so, you know, I think sometimes we do put God in the light, and I take away God, thank you for what God does.
Or we put God in the light when God is doing something good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that a lot of times, like just even with the gospel music, a lot of times God has to put things in our life, or God has to make us focus about God, to make us focus about ourselves. Because we forget about us. At the end of the day, like, yes, we got to love God, we got to praise God, and after that, we got to come to ourselves, to our bodies, to our spirits. But a lot of times we don't do that. We go focusing on a job. We go focusing on a friend. You know, not saying that we shouldn't be there for each other, but if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of you. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why God really, and that's why I feel like even when we stopped talking, even us both, we both needed to be isolated.
That's what that one we done.
We need to be isolated.
That's God
this is God, like, baby, I need you isolated because you so frustrated right now that you find your friends.
But you know what? Iesha, not cutting you out. My answer gonna be flowing into the next subject because of simple fact. I didn't just lose you. When I stopped talking to you, I lost one of my closest friends. I lost some girls I've been talking to since like 5th, 6th grade. And it just was like I knew it was something because I'm like, even me and Madison, we didn't just it wasn't never fuck her, I don't fuck with her. It was just like, it was an isolation period for everybody. God put everybody in there because He's trying to get people time. He giving you time to be like, okay, I done made it to where, not saying all this favoritism in the air, because you can see everywhere you go, people might be trying to live one way on Instagram, but baby, everybody got an issue. Every bitch I know in real life got an issue. A real deep one at that. So, I would say, what was the question, man?
It's okay. The question I had asked, like, it was first like, why were you angry? And did you feel like your anger was coming from a lot of things that were going on around you, or was it more so personal?
So my anger at that time, like, I'm gonna be honest because I can talk about it now. Like, I really can. So when was this? This was like March, and we weren't even talking in March. My anger was like, I was like at the end for real, like I'm done. It was Easter week. That week, I was like, I'm not smoking. I'm finna go home and pray every day, listen to my songs and write and get myself together. I'm not doing nothing. When I tell you, my sister and them was smoking and stuff around me, I just had to sit in the car. I was like rocking back and forth, but I'm like, like, I feel happier and stuff. Baby, that Friday came, it was raining. I was like, I'm finna go home, I'm finna buy me some weed. And I'm finna smoke because wasn't nobody at the house. I was like, I done went all this week, and it's just like, I was like, I should congratulate myself. Like,
I've been doing good.
I've been doing good. And I was like, okay. So, got it or whatever, on the way to the store. It was a police sitting at the store. And so, mind you, one smoking, car cleaned out, car smelled like weed, nothing. So, he threw his lights on me, turned over at the other store that I was going to. He like, you know, you almost caused the wreck. I was like, I said, that's that bullshit. I said, my days were going good, but as soon as you step outside of what you already knew you should have been doing, because I knew it's the week of Easter. I said I wasn't smoking. I said I was fasting. Maybe you trying to make a little accommodation for you.
Talk about it. I love you when you talk about it.
And that's why I'm trying to be so mad at myself, but the stuff I was in is because of myself. So, threw the weed out for the police side, and I was like, God, if they see, they don't. They didn't see. But he pulled me over. He kept asking me so many crazy questions. Are you drunk? Are you high? Are you on pills? Are you on meth? Are you suicidal? When he said suicidal, I picked up my phone, called my dad. I said, this man asking me all these crazy questions. And I said, you need to come to the store because my house is over there. I said, it's on the police pulling up.
Call him up! Because what is he doing?
Call my daddy. And I should have been calling my daddy there. But I'm going to tell y'all, this man put it was 2 little nuggets in like a little Ziploc bag, a little yellow crack bag. You know how the movies that have like the little cup bag?
Yeah.
He said he found it in the glove compartment. And in my head, I want to say something, baby, you must not know I smoke stuff. If it was a sex, he was going to find the sex. But someone was like, don't say nothing. Yeah. Don't say a word. I'm sitting there quiet. He said, why you lie? I'm like, what you mean? He said, you said you didn't have no weed in the car, so why did I just find this? I look at my daddy. My dad look at me, we both looking like, where the weed? It was 2 little nuggets. When I tell you it wasn't nothing, he was like, since you lying, we got to take you downtown. I said, you know what? When I tell you, I'm going to give a little illustration. I was walking like this to the car. I was walking like this. I said, my dad brought so motherfucking man. This motherfucker switching. I said, God don't get you because I didn't do nothing wrong.
Yep.
So, we're going to jail the whole time I'm praying. When I tell you, I'm in the backseat going crazy. I'm speaking in tongues. I'm like, God, what's going on? Like, he's telling me, just calm down. It's going to be all right. I get to the jail. And they really saying little slick stuff. He like, you know, he said the car is my car, the weed is my weed. Like saying little stuff that I never said to get me to say something. My dad whispered before I left. He whispered to me. He said, don't say nothing. He said, don't matter what. He said, I don't care what they ask.
Yep.
Don't say nothing.
Yep. So they cannot use nothing against you if you quiet.
So I had that experience, and basically I'm saying all that to say this girl I was friends with, I was working at this job. I ain't even gonna say it because they might try to sue us.
Right, we ain't got time for that.
The job I was working at, this girl and her was close.
Mm-hmm.
We started off together working in the same area. I'm in her house. We out and about. We laughing. We talking about God. We giving each other gospel songs and scriptures and smoking and going everywhere. The whole shebang. Yeah. And when my mugshot came about, she sent it to my boss, which was her mom. And she was like, I was in Bible study because I'm crying like, Lord, what's going on? I shouldn't have did, beat myself up. And I'm like, okay, still got my job, so nobody know. I'm gonna just tell this ride when it's up. I'm gonna just tell her when it's over with. And when it's all down, I'm gonna just tell her what happened. Because I said, I know I didn't have nothing to her, so I'm gonna be good.
Yeah.
So I get a text in Bible study. She like, do you have something you supposed to tell me?
Yeah.
Matter of fact.
Look, he got the receipt.
Matter of fact, you said we get fancy. This is
look, he got the receipt.
Right.
Hey, what my boy say? Hey, I got the receipts for all of
She said.
I got the receipts for all of these.
She said, what did she say?
What did she say?
Hey, do you have something you should have told me? I said, I'm at church and I'm not sure what you mean. Trying to act real.
Yeah, pleasant like.
She sent the picture.
Oh
sent
my
picture to me. I said, I didn't tell you because it's my business and I don't disclose it. Right. I said, but wasn't mine. So I said her name. I said the entire situation was traumatic for me because I'm sitting in jail for 6 hours, cold as fuck. People in there getting beat on. This man bloody as fuck, telling him he need help and stuff. They telling him they don't give a fuck. He done boo-boo and stuff all over stuff because he done got jumped. I'm like, baby, if I go back to these folks, they don't rip me to shreds. Then it was a man in there, he was just talking to me and stuff, and like, God had me in there for a reason, because even with that, I still was telling them, he was telling me that after the white boy that had the blood and stuff on the side, they brought the other man up in there. He was a real tall, big black man. Mm-hmm. And the white boy, I was feeling so sorry for him, but someone was like, it's off. The black man told me, he was like, oh, he said he jumped the white boy because the white boy was picking on this Mexican man, talking about him and pushing on him. Mm-hmm. He said, you don't do nobody like that. Yeah. I said, well, God don't want us to be out here fighting so outside, but I just pray you have like a good life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just talking to him. But even with that, I had a little stuff that I was still doing under the words. Yeah. But after that happened, lost my job. After that happened, got to arguing with all my friends that I was cool with over some mess. And it's just like, I was so mad, because I'm like, I'm going to get my get back. These hoes can't fuck with me. These hoes ain't got shit on me. These hoes can't dress how I dress, look how I look, get as many niggas as I can get, da 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 da.
Right.
I was so mad to the point I was trying to get revenge, and that's not even cute.
Mm-hmm.
So I was mad really because all of that, and it's just that was that. And I would say, I think you said what changed, like you said the second, what was it?
The second part was I was just talking about, do you think that you're going through the transition in life? Well, I know I was talking about, the transition you're going through in life, how it is, in my opinion, relating to God wanting you to focus more on yourself, for the isolation part, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And especially, of course, always in reference to God showing you signs through God's work, but definitely trying to get you back on track with yourself. So I guess what I can ask for that part is, do you feel like through everything you've been through, you are in a space now where you understand the assignment? You understand that I had to go through some things, like I had to kind of stop talking to some people because it wasn't even them, it wasn't even just them, or even if it was them, I was also not in a place where I could even be there for them when they were going through what they were going through. So do you just feel like God allows you to go through that assignment? Do you feel like you've matured, from it? Just talk about the aftermath of that experience, you know what I'm saying, of what you went through.
So like at first, when I wasn't working in that, it was like 2 weeks. Started working at Amazon or whatever, making my little money bags, just start finding myself a little bit.
Yeah.
But I would say the aftermath of all of that is like when like I said, this been recent. It's been like probably about 4 or 5 weeks since I went to church. So my pain and my stuff, it ain't fresh, but it's still like this kind of recent when I went to church. So all of that, it was just built up. It was built up, and I'm just like, I promise you, it's like I didn't want to die, but it's just like
it was so.
Like what? I want something new. I want something fresh. I want something that's.
Yeah, you wanted that old spirit to die.
Yeah, and so one thing I can say, me and my mama, we never had a close relationship, but even when I started going to church, came home, I was like, every time we get into it, it ain't always her. I can't always say, oh, you bitch. I can't always say, fuck her. I can't always say, da 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 da. I had to look at me. Sometimes I could have and should have went to where they was going as a family, but me being me, I ain't going nowhere with y'all because y'all want to treat me like this and talk to me like that and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. God was, every time I would be laying in the bed, he would be telling me this, reminding me of that, but he still would be showing me now it's different. When I came home, I felt different. When I came home, I could talk to my mom. I could walk past her without feeling like I want to hit that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you want to fight her or something.
I can sit there and text her, good morning. I can sit there and be like, oh, this. It's like when you let go and let God, it ain't about what I'm going to lose. It's about what you're going to gain, because in the end, I don't have friends. I got people I look to as a sister. I got people I look to as like family, but I don't have friends simply because of the fact, even at the job I work at, God be telling me everybody not your friend. Everybody not gonna understand what you're trying to get to them. Everybody not gonna understand that, oh, you are a godly figure. So when they talk about sex and stuff and this and that, they don't understand why you be walking off and they swear I be acting funny, but I be like, I don't act funny, I just don't indulge in it. You talking about scamming and this, that, and setting up people. I don't do all of that. I tell them that's not right and I keep on going.
Because you have to always like live by your morals,
right.
Your code of conduct, because even in, I don't want to say those situations aren't small, but just even in those
it's just small
conversations, and even in those situations, you just have to again keep yourself in a place where you like, I'm not going.
You testing me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not gonna take myself out of place.
Even with that, I'm sorry to cut you out. I had to remember. He tested me with the friends, but with the niggas, I when I stop, oh God, I'm done fucking, I'm done. These niggas will text me a day. Fine as that. I'm like, one this many niggas text me when I'm out here trying to find them. When I tell you, Iesha, some days I just have to turn my phone off, turn my iPad on, play some music, and lay down. If I have to pick up a shift at work, so I don't have to, I'm like, it's hard. Yeah. Like I said, it's changes, but it's stuff I'm not used to. Yeah. Like even with the way I dress, like this, for me, it's like, yeah, it's kind of a bit weird. But crop top this all the way up here, you can see a little bit. Yeah. I'm wearing pants, you can see that like it's just changes that I was doing. It's like, yeah, I
love it. So I wanna end that topic of saying something about why friendship is important in life. So So y'all know, of course, on every podcast now, I love to give a little insight about some of the things we talk about. So friends can help you celebrate good times and provide support during bad times. Friends prevent isolation and loneliness and give you a chance to offer needed companionship too. Friends can also increase your sense of belonging and purpose. So what I want to say in that is that through everything you've been through, I want to just say on your behalf, well, my behalf, is that I'm grateful that you are standing here strong today, because that is a lot to go through. I think as a black man, as a gay black man, it's a lot to go through. Just as a person, to be falsely accused of something, just because of how you look, you know what I'm saying? I feel like...
I'm sorry, but the story with it went to court, because you said falsely accused, went to court. He didn't lie to the judge, to the lawyer. I told him, the car won't call me, my mama weed. He think I'm a good young man, shouldn't nothing happen to me. They should just they call it, but for 6 months, if I don't get a ticket or nothing, cartridge, they're gonna take it off my record. But you did all of that for what?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even look me in my face.
Yeah, because he knew he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And
the black man that was with him didn't say a word. He didn't say, I don't see nothing. He didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
He just sat there and looked.
Because they Uncle Tom, you know what I'm saying? It is messed up. You know what I'm saying? It is black people like that, or just anybody like that, despite what color you are. It's inhumane. But because you are black,
man,
you know what I'm saying? It's like being black holds so much power to it.
And even with that, this woman at my job, she a white woman. She told me the story. She was pulled up on the side of the highway. She said she had to be real bad, really. She said the police stopped her. Was like, man, you really can't be doing it on the side of the highway. It's the rich you can have real, blah, blah. She said she got in the car, just asked her for her license. She said she was reaching for it. He was like, hold on, you know how they always be.
Yeah.
Said he grabbed aside his gun. Said when she saw that, she kicked the door open and pushed her. I was mad, but I wasn't really mad. I was just like, she wanted me to be like, oh my God, you so funny. I was like, if that would have been one of us.
Yeah, we would have got shot. He would have killed us.
If it would have been a girl, boy, young or old.
Dragged her out the goddamn car.
She said, I kicked the door open and I told him about himself. I acted a fool in jail. And then in my head, I was telling her, I said, friend, that's not, I said, I really hate you went through that, but I was like, you can't be hitting me, kicking on the police stuff, because he could have really killed you for that.
And I think, like you said, through just some experiences that another race wouldn't understand, you know what I'm saying? They won't understand,
different stuff.
Yeah. And now leading into our next topic, which you actually did kind of talk a little bit about, was with your celibacy and abstinence. And so before we get into this topic, I want to let you all know abstinence usually refers to the decision of not to have penetrative sex. Okay, so for all my young people listening to this, please don't indulge in this topic. If you are 18 years or younger, please be advised that we do adult things on this podcast, okay? So yes, if you are not above 18 years or older, please do not tune in unless you are being watched by a guardian or a parent, okay? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Now let's continue. Okay. So it's typically limited to a specific period of time, such as until marriage. Celibacy is a vow to remain abstinent over an extended period of time. For some, this may mean their entire life. So I think this is a good topic to talk about, because as we just left the topic of friendships, us talking about things you went through, us talking about our relationship, I think just abstinence and celibacy itself as a whole, because of the meaning, means a lot. Because of course, I feel like it means pureness, and it does. It means pureness. Yeah. You're saving yourself for something. Right. And I think even as we talk about friendships, being able to be in an environment where you can be yourself, because I think even with celibacy and abstinence, a lot of people are so scared, especially in this generation, to tell somebody.
They like, I'm gonna go home and ride on them.
Yeah, because conversations are always just so filthy.
Right, it's filthy. It's filthy.
And me being real with myself, I'm not judging, because I'm also a promiscuous woman. And I can even say that on my platform. I'm not embarrassed about it. I'm not ashamed.
But not really though. You don't just be.
Now I'm not. Now being a hoe and promiscuous are two different words. Now hold up. Hey, listen. Being a hoe and being promiscuous are two different things.
It really ain't.
That's another definition.
It really ain't though. It's if you're an HO, Iesha, if you're one of those, if you're promiscuous, you're trying to get that man. But if you're a hoe, you got that man.
Okay.
So what you got to say? It ain't a difference, is it?
It's a big difference.
What's the difference, sweetie?
Promiscuous, you're confident.
You
gonna show off what you want to show off.
Yes.
A hoe, you just fucking just because you can fuck.
Yeah, because you got a pussy or a dick or something that can be in and out.
It's different.
It's very different. And then you know what? I'm the type. I'm gonna pull up the definition.
Nah, she said
Okay.
she don't put
Hey, look, hold up. This is an
Okay.
adjective, okay?
Look what they put up in
Having are characterized by many transient sexual relationships. Promiscuous teenagers, they ran wild, indulging in promiscuous sex and experimental.
But that's what I'm saying.
drugs.
Promiscuous is like you wow. You
Yeah,
free,
demonstrating or implying a undiscriminated or unselected approach, indiscriminate or casual. So like the fathers, that's like using another term. But basically, like it says, being transient in like sexual relationships, like just being observant and curious and wanting to see what this is. You know what I'm saying? And that's who I am. That's how I am. I'm a very curious woman. I'm not ashamed of that. But being a hoe, that's something I ain't. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as a young woman, I take a lot of pride in it. You know, I take a lot of pride in who I am. And I take a lot of pride in the respect and honor that I need. And I feel like if a nigga on this platform, in real life, in my life, in whoever life, in the afterlife, feel otherwise, then you're a mad ass nigga. No, you're a mad ass nigga. You know, you're a hating ass nigga. And you were just mad because, you know, I'm just that heavy.
So I would say this. Back in the day, I was like, I wouldn't call myself promiscuous. I would consider myself probably was a hoe.
Yeah.
But I feel like now at the stage I am at now, when I said I am after, like I said I'm done, blah blah blah. Whoever takes it don't matter.
So what made you make the decision to do this? Because and I think that's what was important too. What I wanted to ask, because you've been doing a lot of transitioning. You went from being all over places to jobs, to leaving friends, having to isolate yourself, to going back and forth with the weed situation, to ending up in jail. So really, like, you know what, I need to change. To now that I need a big change of appearance, and now I'm making a decision to be celibate. So what was really going on with Keston? Because that's some personal things that you have to really dig deep into to be like, yeah, I gotta make some changes in my life.
I have to realize, like, okay, you would say just because I wake up every Sunday, go to church, sing in the choir, might catch the Holy Ghost, might cry. If I go home and if a nigga texts me, if I run into him, how does that look? How does the work that God just did when you was at the altar or when you was at that back pew, how does that have an impact if you don't let it settle up in you? Like, I was going around, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was going around thinking I'm just that, just because I can pray, just because I can tell my friend about what they going on or what's their mama got going on, just because I can say stuff like that. It's just like a click came in my head, like I said, something snatched out of me. And it just affect soul ties and stuff like that. I would have to understand, I'm talking to this boy, he was always mad, I'm always mad. He ain't really got no money unless he doing some stuff he ain't got no business. That's why I'm kind of struggling, and you know what I'm saying? It's like I have to realize, if I'm being around somebody all the time I get happy, it's because we finna do something. That ain't no love. If I only get happy because, I'm finna go see him, he finna like,
yeah, okay. Sorry.
What's the purpose of me? You know what I'm saying? What's the purpose of me going? If we're not sitting there having a conversation, I'm looking at you, you looking at me, we talking deeply about stuff that we want, not just, I want your body, I want your love, I want your attention. No. What about the times when you was little and you felt like did nobody like you, you felt ugly, blah, 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 but you grew up and people started treating you different. How do I react to that?
Yes, okay.
Like now, people never looked at me when I was fat and had a little afro and stuff, but now I'm like this. Like, do you really like me or like?
All eyes on me.
That's what I'm saying. Do you really like me or no? And it's like I had to realize these niggas is not liking you for real. They not lasting long. Cause I'm getting hyped. Done drove 30 minutes. It was 35 minutes, 45 minutes. That's all.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? The time thing we over here.
Oh yeah. That part.
It's what's the purpose?
Yeah.
It's just something click. I'm like, why am I texting? And it's hard to keep up with all them niggas. Like, it's hard to keep up with 50 niggas.
I tell people, That 50 is a little outrageous.
I mean, I done forgot. I'm mad at this one because this ain't even his number. I'm stepping on him because he didn't give me no money. He out of us. You know what I'm saying? Just little stuff. I had to just realize it had to go. Yeah. Even big stuff, little stuff had to go. Like some moments when I want to be messy so bad, I don't say nothing. Oh, I be wanna. I want to say, oh, I heard her say. I want to hear. I'm like, oh, I heard her say. But I hear stuff all the time and I can't say nothing. This just little stuff I had to change. Yeah. But with that, it's hard. Even now, it's hard because, like I said, people still text me like they wondering, you know, why you acting weird all of a sudden or da da da. But I just be telling them, like, if you ain't on what I'm on, ain't no reason for us to be talking. Yeah. Ain't no sense in me trying to grow a man. You should already have your own morals in your head. You should already have the ideal woman or man that you want in your head. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be trying to play with my heart because, oh, she good to me. She got a car. She got a house. Like, I don't have to really ask up much, and I got mine, so it really don't matter. But you trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's really nothing there.
Yeah. And I think...
And I feel like, if I don't know if I'm asking them what, but I would just say I ain't out there doing it. I ain't looking for nobody. I ain't out there doing it.
Yeah. Excuse me. And I just wanted to say that, I feel like you also making these decisions for your life, you know, like you said, but whether you are abstinent or whatever, or just being out here taking time for Keston. I think that's exactly what you're doing, taking time for Keston. Right. And I wanted to follow up with a question of, do you think from all these life decisions you've made, how has it been? The first question, how has it been impacting your life towards your music, your poetry, and you doing other things in your life? And tell me about the change. And when I mean change, I mean like the growth. Like, let me know what the growth has been like.
I would say, like, growth-wise, I'm still growing, so I wouldn't say just, growth, meaning I done grew. Like, I still gotta grow. Even when I get to that place, I need to still grow. Right.
What changes have you seen from, like, even when we first met, when you started your music and developing all these different sounds, to you going through, because you went through a lot, Keston, you see what I'm saying? Right. And I think sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit when we go through things like that. And you know what? I went through this and I'm still doing things that I love. So even while we doing that, we changing those moments because we either be better or we don't grow at all. Right. We stay stagnant. Right. So that's why I wanted you to express, like, do you feel like you grew or were you stagnant? Because sometimes we can look at ourselves and feel like, oh, I was doing a little something.
Right. But I was
so talk to me about that.
Like the songs I would be making back then, they were more of like, okay, it's God, but it's still like we driving down the highway, you know, like a little. But now I'm trying to venture more into like rap. I don't know why, but I don't know why. But I want to rap because rapping, you can honestly hear what somebody's saying. And like, I can still add the vocals and singing and stuff. But I've been venturing into more of that. That's like a growth right there because I never thought I could rap. Like, I thought you had to be like, fuck that, hey, fuck that. You know, like, you had to be like some catchy song that's like, you know.
Yeah, some trap music.
Right. And so, that being said, even if I was still the same person I was, I wouldn't have no morals or nothing. Like, yeah, morals and stuff is cute, but even dreams, like, I wanted to be at Jackson State. And it's like, I forgot completely. I can go to school, I ain't dead, I ain't 50, I ain't 60, like, I can go to school and do what I need to do. So even with that drive and me to like just rejuvenate to go back to school, get my degree, do what I want to do, leave the state, leave the city, leave the country, like travel. Like I just got like a drive up because I just feel like when you make that decision to like focus on yourself, you see what you need or what you want or what you really, really, really want.
Yeah, I agree. And
I didn't really want to be working at Amazon, getting quick money. I'm still talking to these little niggas. Like I didn't really want this. Yeah. I wanted to be there.
Make some changes.
Right. So it's like we can make changes, but are we gonna make changes for real?
Yeah. And I think you know that's one thing that I've been doing myself. You know, and I know in my previous episodes I've talked so much about this, like on my episodes that I do by myself. And I know one thing that I literally was just talking about was like making my plan of action for my life. Right. Because like I know when I talk to my mentor, you know, and if you watch the previous episode, you have heard me say this a million times. But talking to my mentor opened my eyes to see that I have not did enough.
Right.
You know, and it's like,
oh, you
yeah,
thinking? I was thinking that. I done wrote my poems this time, but have I even tried to put my music out? Have I even tried to even like do other stuff? Oh, Iesha.
I had not did enough. And not only had I not did enough, I was doing too much. You see what I'm saying?
Trying to do too much.
I was trying to do too much, and I was like, God, I gotta make some adjustments. This everything not going right. And even for me, like that's why, like even when I was asking you questions about what you were going through, I was like, I don't even think it's people that I'm losing, and it's their fault. It's my fault because I'm so focused on a man. I'm so focused on sex. I'm so focused on. I need some sexual attention. Like I was going through so much.
Well, I even think you so focused on being their real bitch. Like, oh, ain't nobody finna treat me like I ain't.
Or for me, it wasn't even just like
that's how I was though.
Like, ain't nobody
finna do me like.
Yeah, and for me, it wasn't that because it wasn't a lot on my ego. It was more on my body. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, like, for me, I was fighting the spiritual war as well.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But it was also affecting my career, and that's why I say it's like. It's like we all go do different things that affect our future. Yeah.
It will.
And because I was so distracted. And so, like I said, me going through that talk and having that conversation, my mentor was like, you know what, baby, slow down, for one. Focus, secondly, and breathe. Exhale. You know what I'm saying? Please.
And that's what I had to learn to do. Like, what's wrong with just, like, it was some days, Iesha, nobody was texting my phone, texting me back, answering my calls. And I was like, God, I really feel like it's something you do. Like, what's going on? Like, nobody is trying to go nowhere. So I would literally go out, walk. It might be like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. The sun gonna go down and and just listen to the birds, listen to the trees, listen to the wind, like, feel something. Not just always getting high and just chilling, listen to my little music, fuck everybody. By the time I was walking. First of all, I was exercise. I was just thinking.
Excited.
Yeah, right. I was thinking. I was just like a lot of little songs. Just when cause I had writer's block for so long. When I tell you, I couldn't write a poem. I couldn't write a song or a poem. I was like, every time I write something like
this.
Let me see.
Because mine was like just ended a few weeks ago. I've been trying to write a memoir, and it's been months since I was supposed to write it and send it to this lady. And she's probably about to publish her book, and I'm not gonna say nothing about it because it may not be released, and I don't want to talk about things that are released. But I have been trying to write a memoir, and I cannot think of what I want to call it. I told this lady everything I want to talk about, and when it got to me putting on paper, I was gone. And all of a sudden, one day, my writer's blog just literally went away. Like, I was watching this show called This Is Us, y'all. Yeah. Please check out This Is Us on Netflix. I love that show. It's amazing. It's called This Is Us. It's like a family who's a foster family, but y'all, that's for y'all to watch. I'm not gonna tell y'all in this podcast.
But
it's a good show. Please watch it.
I had writer's block because I was so caught up in arguing on Facebook, and I had got away from my godly ways. I was so caught up in being in gossip and mess. Like, so when you got all this mess, it's so much like you ain't gonna be able to. But mine, it started it started in May, and I just wrote. Iesha, I tell you, I just wrote something I sent you Wednesday. Mm-hmm. That's when it's just like clicked. I'm like, what? But I was writing songs and little songs and stuff, but the poems was not coming.
I've had writer's blog for years. I've had writer's blog. Like, I've been writing, of course, like when I go to my little poetry, I write a little bit, but I used to write
just stuff you don't be thinking.
Yeah, and just like how we talked about negative changes, like I used to write every day. I used to come home and get in the shower and write a poem, no bullshit.
But you know what? This is the last thing I wrote, and I'm gonna share it. Can I share it?
How long is it?
It's short.
Y'all, we gonna let him share it today because he can't not share it. So
right, you know I can't because we about to say stuff and it's crazy.
We gonna call this the A segment.
The A
of Keston's poetry.
So
let's go, Keston.
I texted my cousin. The title is My Season of Guilt. It's probably why I had a writer's block there. I texted my cousin the other day. I told her I was depressed, I was sad, I was hurt. But in turn, the water yearns for me to wade in its truth. That I'm really not none of these things. I just feel guilt because I'm the guilty.
I like that.
No, it's
That's
not.
deep. It is good.
But I was feeling so guilty, like, cause when you, that's why I was reading it to just say, like, all this time, like, oh, chasing this, chasing it. But when you get God, yeah, it's gonna be sunshine and stuff, but you gonna feel guilty, like, damn, I should never have said that. You gonna be remembering, I should never did that, or damn, I should never acted like that, or damn, I should never went that place. I knew I should never. But it's guilt, but it's still like teaching you something. Like it teaches you next time you go there, or next time you see somebody, like you know, you feel like, okay, let me not talk to him because he feel crazy. You know how to like, oh, you look crazy. You need to listen.
Yeah. I want to ask you something. Do you ever have a moment where you feel like I can talk to family about this?
I mean, I really don't, because not saying my family not as deep as me, because I don't know how they think, but my mama maybe, but my sisters and stuff, they don't really, not saying they don't really understand, but they don't really understand.
Yeah.
Like they older and some younger, but it's just like they never went as hard. Yeah, like they don't understand the speaking in tongues, and they don't understand like praying and fasting. Like they probably do understand it, but I don't know what they do. But I never had that type of experience.
Do you believe that there are levels of life, that everybody has a different level of life, whether it's a friend, whether it's family, whether it's an associate, co-worker, boss? And I just want you to answer that like yes or no, because it's something that I want to say after you answer that. I say yes, because God, like when you got God, you might be more elevated than somebody. Your mind might be more. Okay, so what level are you on?
Honestly, I feel like I'm on level 1.
Why level 1?
Because I never experienced like this type of nature. Like I never experienced, oh, I don't have to be around somebody. Oh, I don't have to go here. Oh, I don't have to text them back. Or, like I always felt a nudge and if you don't do what you do, you sorry. You know, like I never felt no type of love that God, because I keep saying God, this, I'm smoking, I'm drinking and stuff, but I feel like I'm back on, I'm at level 1. He teaching me something, because when I get to level 2, I feel like that's when I done set out the plan he got for me. Like I'm not even at the plan he got, I'm still trying to get to it. So we all at level 1. Yeah. That's my thing, because none of us is where we're supposed to be. Yeah, you want to be a doctor, but what if God said, baby, you ain't nobody's doctor, you somebody project manager, like you said, so you can be praying for your people. You can be make sure they got what they need. You can make sure they're living in good conditions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know.
Yeah. And I want to ask you another question, follow behind it. Do you feel like, not a general statement, this is reality, that the people in your life are on level 1? Yes or no?
I try to hang around people that's in my eyes at least level 10. Like. I'm a 1, but I need to be around somebody that's okay. How you?
I like that answer.
Like I don't need nobody that's getting
I like that answer.
I'm just saying I don't need a girl that's just now getting her house. You got your house. You been handling your stuff. You know about taxes. You know about mortgage. You know about this. You know about that. Like so, if I can't go to my mama, like I can go to you. You be like, okay, this is what you do.
Well, who raised you?
God.
Look, what they say? Boy, your mama raised you.
But my mama always said, you be friends with people that you are like, and I want to be like them. Not rich, but I want to be like people that's like you. I'm like, oh, you got a good friends. He love
I'm rich. I'm rich as well.
Yeah, like it's just something about it. Like I want to be like rich in everything.
Yes,
like energy and all. Like
yes. And I love that answer, and that's why I had to ask you all those questions, because how you talk about a general statement and like how you refer to your own life is so different. Because you see how you said like in general, of course we all on level 1 because we all trying to get there.
Right.
But in order for me to level up, I still gotta be around people who leveled up, because if I'm not around people who leveled up, then what the hell I'm being still at level 1?
You gonna drop down a
you gonna be stagnant.
You gonna be stagnant. That's why I said I had to stop being friends with people that just want to party, smoke, fuck, do all this. They don't, but we can jump, we can go, we can la. I had to get around some people that's like, that's not, I had to get around. I don't really.
They were around with the blicky.
I had to get around the people that's like that.
But they were too icky, so we had to get out the
right. You had to keep. You had the icky or something. But I'm just saying, I had to move away and get
Move around
because and I tell you, I don't give a freak. Friendship breakups.
Man.
And I can say honestly, me and Mandy, yeah, we done. It's like there ain't no breakup. You like, you know they get back together.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, when you know they gone, like
it be like, wow, like
I'm
they
like,
relief in a way because
it's a relief, and it's like,
damn. And it is like no bad blood because you realize that you were two people who could not allow each other to grow. And so now that we have talked about all of the things, y'all, we are wrapping up on today's episode, but I know me and Keston wanted to share some things with you all about building your future and about how we build our future. And so when you think about building your future and you think about how to develop your future, this is a planning process that I want to read to you all step by step, 6 steps of how you can begin the planning process of developing your future. So step 1 is set a goal. Identify something you want to achieve or obtain your goal. Step 2 is acquire knowledge, gain understanding of your goal and what it will be required to achieve it. Step 3 is compare alternatives. Step 4 is choosing a strategy. Step 5 is making a commitment and step 6 is staying flexible. And so Keston, now that we have read all the steps to planning a successful future, are you in this planning process?
I think I'm on step. I am in the process, man.
What step you on?
I think I'm on step 4.
Okay,
because I don't compare the alternatives. Either you're gonna live for him or you're not.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna do what you're gonna do or you're not.
Yeah.
But I was gonna tell you, even with that, I know we're gonna eat, and it ain't long. So I'm just saying.
No, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
I had wrote this. And it's crazy that you're talking about this. But you were saying it's levels to building your life, building your future. But I feel like the foundation of all of it is staying humble. Like we always say, oh, be humble. But I had wrote this down and I forgot. I said to be humble, you have to experience problems. As Christians, we cannot waver when times get hard. We can't even be stagnant because you were just talking about that. I said instead, we should listen to what James said. And I said being humble doesn't mean you are quiet. It simply means you move out the way and let God in. Like, you just gotta let God do the word. Like, not even just, oh, it's all about what God, because people are like, oh, God judgmental. God didn't know he's not. God wants you to do what, he wants you to navigate your way through, but he wants you to live through it because the way we be going, it's ain't lead us to death. You working yourself to death. You stressing yourself to death. That man abusing you to motherfucking death.
Yeah. Are you abusing yourself?
But I love y'all. I just pray this reaches the right audience. Thank you for having me. You're so beautiful, so kind, so amazing, so excellent. Well, but I love you and I thank you.
I love you too, and I thank you. And y'all, I want to just say again that Keston, you are always a delight on the show. Because you talk so much positivity, so much love. You bring a lot of energy to my show, like mentally a lot of energy. And I just love having conversations with you because it's never a dull moment. It is never a dull moment. And I feel like we can always have those positive conversations that, you know, lead to just educating people, talking about unity, especially in the Black community.
Right.
Like, I love the Black activists, y'all. I know we all about community leadership.
And you know what? I knew I was gone when I strayed away from it.
Mm-hmm.
When I didn't care nothing about what's her name? The girl with the pot and all that.
The pot?
Nasty Sonya.
What?
Sonya Nasty.
When I didn't really.
Oh yeah,
I knew I was.
And that was recently, yeah. So yeah, and that's why I say like I love the fact that what I'm doing, I feel like I'm not saying I'm a Jehovah Witness or I'm the prophet, but
because you help me
you know what I'm saying?
environment.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm grateful that I have a place where we can just, you know, vent, talk, and then just be there for other people.
I'm grateful, Iesha, because I was literally driving the other day, and I wasn't looking for no accolade, and I'm like, God, I just want somebody to tell me I'm proud of you or something like that. But God was like, I'm proud of you, but I was just thinking, like, he is still like, that ain't enough, but
but
not saying that wasn't enough, but you gotta think like you're not
that.
doing what you
need that reminder.
do.
You know
I need the little small reminder, but you still gotta live for God. Like you still gotta do what you gotta do. Like yeah, you doing what you gotta do. Okay, yeah, you celebrate and stuff, but that ain't nothing that you should be bragging and screaming from the rooftop. I'm celebrating. I ain't doing nothing. Why? Because are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for like you trying to chase something? Like you just trying to seem like, oh, you into something more mean. Why don't you like, you know, I had to think about all this type of stuff like.
Well, you've been around here thinking.
Baby, thank you.
You've been around here thinking. Okay, okay, with this.
Thinking and thinking.
To take the cake.
Thinking and thinking.
Thinking and thinking.
That's what we don't. Can we call the podcast thinking and thinking?
You know what? We might be stealing that from Lavino. Cause they, well, not say think pad. I don't know.
Baby, Avita ain't got nothing on the book.
Look, not look. Hey, love.
Who's? Okay, well,
No way.
yeah.
We ain't gonna worry about it. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning into the podcast. This was a delight. I hope y'all, as always, learn something on the podcast. Until next time, I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, y'all, make sure you follow Keston. Like I said, he's an amazing artist. He is.
I ain't even got no songs out. You trying to prophesy and benefit?
He is an artist, and he is a community leader. He loves his people. He loves all people. And he just fights for joy and happiness and to inspire people and just talk about God. And so that's one thing that we definitely love to talk about on this podcast.
Amen.
But of course, like y'all know, I'm a very open-minded person, so never feel ashamed to always be who you are on my show.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all next time.
Bow. We love them.
We out.
Yeah. I said we love you, so we out.